All right, so for the last drawings that we've been working with on OnShape, we've been able to either draw the front view or the top view of the object. It's outline, and we were able to extrude it. So remember, from the block number 1, we drew this shape right here, and then we extruded it out. For the T, we drew the top view of the letter T and then extruded it up. And the same goes for block number 3. But if we take a look at block number 4, we are unable to do that. Okay, we can't draw this shape right here, the front view, and then extrude this out at an angle. It's not how it works. So what we're going to do today to accomplish what we need to do for this shape, we're going to learn how to use the subtractive method. So to use the subtractive method, we have to know the total length of the object, okay, which this one right here is 6 boxes, so that's going to equal 1.5 inches. We need to know the total width of the object. Here it is right here. It is 4 boxes, so that's 1 inch. And we need to know the total height of the object, which it is 5 boxes, making it then 1.25 inches. So what we have to do is we have to draw that whole big rectangle. It's going to be, again, a rectangle that's going to be 1.5 by 1 by 1.25. Okay. So if we get into OnShape here, we're going to create a new shape. Create a new document. We're going to call this one block number 4. And to do this, I like to work off of the top view in making my objects here. So we're going to first turn off our front view and our right side view. And we're going to create a new sketch, and we're going to work off the top view. All right. So we don't draw like this in this isometric view. So we're going to go to a top view, our 2-dimensional view here. And instead of using the line tool to draw a rectangle, there is actually a rectangle tool in OnShape, which we're going to learn today how to use. And here it is right here. Okay. So I'm going to start on my origin point, and I'm just going to draw a box here. Again, does not matter how big or small it is, because we're just going to redimension it. So I click right here, and my first measurement is going to be my bottom one here. So it's going to be 1.5. I hit enter, and then my second one is going to be 1 inch. So I hit 1 and then enter. Okay. So I'm done with that sketch, so I can click my check mark right there. I'm going to extrude this piece up. So I'm going to go to my isometric view. I'm going to click on my extrude tool. I'm going to click on my shape here, and I'm going to extrude that up 1.25 inches, so 1.25. Again, by default, OnShape is going to do with 1 inch. We have to add that 1.25. So again, 6 boxes, 1.5 inches. Width right here is 4 boxes, 1 inch, and then height is 5 boxes, making it 1.25, 1.25. So now that I have my shape, what I have to do is start subtracting material. So if I take a look at it, I have to remove this area right here. So to do that, I need to have some reference points. I need to make a mark here that comes over 1/4 inch, and I need to make a mark up here at 1/4 inch. Then I can draw a line from there to there. Okay, and what that allows me to do that is remove that shape. It's going to look like this shape right here, and I can actually remove that back. So I'm going to click on my box here. I'm going to create a new sketch. Okay, this is something brand new. We've all just simply drawn the outlines of the objects and extruded them out. Whereas this now, we're going to learn the subtractive method. So what we need to do is we have to draw a sketch, and that sketch is going to be on this side of the object right here. So if I click on my sketch right here, I can now click. It's asking me, select a sketch plane. And what I wanted to do is I want to select this view right here, because that's the view I'm going to be working on. It's my right side view. We can see that in our object here. So I'm going to click on this sketch plane right there. And notice it just puts a big piece of paper over top of that. And says, oh, you want to sketch on this view. So I'm going to click on my right side view right here. And what I'm going to do is now draw a line that goes from this corner over to here, 0.25, right? And then I want to do the same thing down here. But again, I'm constrained to this endpoint right here. So to remove that constraint, 2 ways of doing it. I can either click my line tool here, or I can hit the escape button. Okay, so now I want to grab another point here of reference. So I'm going to start here my origin. I'm going to come up 0.25. And now I can connect those two endpoints, like so. All right. So now that I have those two endpoints, I am done with that sketch right there. So I hit my check mark. Let's go back to my isometric view. And there is my object. And again, remember I was talking about that little triangle that we're going to be seeing? There it is right there. And we can see it here. But notice it's not up here on the object, it's back here. So we're going to remove this material right here. So to remove that material, what I'm going to do is go to my extrusion, okay? And it's going to ask me faces and sketch regions to then extrude. Notice again, I have this object right here I could remove, and I have this one. I'm going to remove this one right here. So when I click on that, notice it adds the material, okay? It's adding that and it's pushing out to the right because again, it says add right here. What we want to do is we want to go ahead and remove the material. So we're going to click on remove, and there's our object. And again, we don't have to change the depth because again, it's already set for 1 inch. And if we look at our drawing here, that's the 1 inch that we're trying to achieve right there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how we use the subtractive method. Okay. So again, you have to draw out the whole object and then remove the material. Subtract it. So let's take a look at one more here. Let's take a look at block number 5 here. Block number 5, we're going to use some of the drawing techniques that we learned the first go around with our first 3 drawings. And what we're going to do is we're going to just draw out this shape right here. Okay. And then what we're going to do is remove this material right up top here. So very simple to do that. Okay, I'm going to create a new object here. So document, this is block number 5. And with this one, this is the first time we're going to be doing it. We're going to be working on the right side view to start off. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my top, turn off my front, and I'm going to create a new sketch. It's going to be in my right side view. I click my right side view over here, and now I'm going to just start using my line tool and just start drawing my lines. Okay, my first line right here is going to be 1 inch. It's going to come up 1.25, come over my distance here, 0.5, and we come down this direction here, 0.75, and then we're just going to simply just connect. So now that we have that, we can go back to our isometric view here. Okay, and there is our shape right there. And we're done with our sketch. And again, what I've drawn is I've just drawn out this shape right here. So again, where did I get that 1 inch? 4 boxes. Where did I get my 1 1/4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. 2 boxes here, so 1/2 inch. It came down 3 boxes, 3/4 of an inch, over 1/2 inch, and then just simply connect it. So what I need to do now is I need to extrude this out 1.5 inches. So I'm going to come up here, grab my extrusion, and I'm going to extrude this out 1.5 inches. There it is. Okay. So now my next step is I have to remove this little area right here. Okay, and to do this, we're going to do this right from the top view. Okay. And what we're going to do is just draw 2 lines, and it's going to create 3 new faces up here, and we're going to remove this face right here. Not totally remove it, but we're going to extrude it down 1/4 of an inch, so down 0.25. So again, just like before, we're going to create a new sketch, and with that sketch, it's asking us for a sketch plane. Okay, we're going to sketch off this top view right here of the object, top of this view. So I select that. Notice it is on my top view. Okay, so I can come over here, grab my top view. I can turn off my right side view there to make things easier. And now what I'm going to do is simply grab my line tool and draw over this way, 0.5. I'm going to come down with that. Again, making sure there's some parallel there. I'm going to come over this way, 0.5. I'm going to connect all the way up top here. And there is my drawing that I need. Okay, so let's go back to my isometric view so we can see it. So now notice that, remember earlier I was talking about having 3 different faces. Here they are. Face 1, 2, and 3. And what we want to do is we want to remove this face right here. Okay, I'm going to remove it totally. We're just going to come down 1/4 of an inch. It's going to be coming down 0.25. So I'm going to grab my extrusion. I'm going to click on this right here. Notice it's adding that piece right there. We're going to take and we're going to remove it. We're going to type in 0.25 and we're going to click on our remove. We hit our check mark and there it is right there. There's our object. It is now complete. Okay, so that's how we use the subtractive method. So if we take a look at our last shape right here for today, you're going to be working on this one here. You're going to do it just like we did block number 4. You're going to draw out that very large rectangle. Okay, it's going to be 1.5 by 1 by 1 1/4. And you're going to remove this area right here. And you're going to remove this area down here as well. And this goes all the way through here. And this one goes all the way through there as well. So that's how we use the subtractive method. Good luck with that. And have a good day.